So, welcome back to episode 2 of the Hotshots of VectorSigma. How you doing today?
Doing wonderful. How about yourself, Dan?
Pretty good day. Okay.
Well, I'm glad one of us had a good day.
So we're sitting here after the final event of Wave 1. We talked about it in our last video, about all the ideas, what we thought were going to happen, what changes might happen, what the top decks were, what we were going to play. What did you end up playing?
I ended up playing Dinobots.
Okay.
I thought it was going to be good against 3-wide decks and double primes, which I anticipated being here. Didn't really play against any of those. Tried playing Ready for Action over Still Function, a bunch of Energon Access to proc them. And when those things came together, the deck was good and I won those games. But there's too many parts of that deck to come together at the right time, and it didn't happen enough. Still, sometimes Grimlock, got to do Grimlock things.
Yeah, always Grimlock.
Yeah, and most of the time, though, I was trying to attack. I probably was trying to attack within one turn, too, because I had Ready for Action. And then I got bodied on a return swing. They had either a good swing or they had Supercharged Grenade Launcher. And I got eaten alive, and then didn't do anything. So I went 1-4. Yeah, it was not a good day. I didn't get to play against a 3-wide deck. I played against double primes and lost a close one because he one-shot Snarl on one. Lost the bugs, which I knew was going to happen, but I didn't think there'd be a lot of bugs here because it's bad against 3-wide.
I'm pretty confident there was only one guy playing.
Yeah, I think so. And I lost to Piercing Cars.
Yep.
Then I beat a deck full of stuff that doesn't matter. Yeah, it was a Sunstorm deck. Beat that deck.
So it was a bad day, as opposed to like Showcase from a couple weeks ago where you did really well.
Yeah, well, that was bugs. I didn't really have to think.
Different meta.
Yeah, it was different meta, and I don't think it was a bad day. I just didn't do well. Cards didn't turn my way.
Didn't get the matchups you wanted.
No, yeah, it happens, And for the last Wave 1, like I said, I don't really want to play bugs. So I'm going to play the hell out of it with mining pick.
I'm not sure if bugs would have been any better. The format, I think we had 21 total. I think there was 6 3-wides and 3 2-talls, which I mean that's not a big a deal, but I think there was 6 3-wides, and the bugs matchup was pretty tough.
And I think there was 2 car stacks too.
There was 2 cars.
Right. So the 3-wide is tough.
There might have been 3 actually.
Yeah, so there was 3 3-wides and then a few car stacks, which are bad.
Yeah. A couple Metroplex.
Yeah, which I think is actually favorable for bugs. But with the 3-wides and the cars are very, very difficult for bugs to do. But I think everything else was fine. And I probably would have done better, but I didn't play it because I needed a break. I still flipped some orange cards. Not enough. Not enough.
The Grimlock some stuff.
Yeah, I did get to Grimlock a few guys overkill. I never got to 2-shot anything, but it happens. What'd you end up playing, Dan?
So I was really debating playing Dinobots also. I think we spent almost the entire week talking about it.
Yeah, I would
But I still, I just never felt good enough about it. I really didn't. You were convinced that it was good in the 3-wide matchup, and I just wasn't. And I think even the changes of like discussing Ready for Action, I think it made a difference, but I still think you only win those games when your opponent doesn't draw armor. And like, and I still feel like the turns that you play an armor removal, the other half of your turn has to be really good so you can still make up for playing this subpar card. So like if you're like ramming speed, grenade launcher, sure. But if you're like ramming speed and then like
Matrix or
it's just not strong enough. Like, you're still not hitting hard enough. So I was just really, really worried about running into a bunch of 3-wides and just not feeling good enough about it. So I ended up playing 3-wide.
Yeah.
I took Scott's iteration, and I changed 2 cards. I took out a Force Field, and I put 3rd Energon X in because I wanted to have a little more leeway in the mirror with Pierce. Because if you go back and you watch the top 4 match, Adam and Scott from Showcase that we did the commentary on, that match came down to two guys attacking each other for no damage for a long
Yeah,
period of
little
time.
small guys.
So I wanted to have another addition to Pierce in the deck. And then my other change was I took out Team Out Tactics and I played a 1-up Brainstorm.
Yeah.
And honestly, the Brainstorm was, I mean, it was good when it was good, and it was, you know, it sat in my hand some games.
And then other times, did you pitch it to Inspiring Leadership?
Yeah, a couple times for sure. But like there was one game where I literally went flip Optimus, get back Brainstorm, play Brainstorm, leap and Plasma Burst, not leap. Bigger they are and Plasma Burst, and then like just straight kill the dude.
Yep.
You know, like you're just like, yeah, I just sixed you out of nowhere, and that guy's just dead now.
Yep. When that card is good, it is excellent, and when it's bad, it's abysmal.
Yeah, like it definitely.
It's a very polarizing card.
It definitely didn't need to be a 3-0, but because of Optimus and the ability to just regrow it back whenever I needed to, I felt that it was good enough to play. I believe Scott, instead of him playing the Brainstorm, he let a second Treasure Hunt, because he was looking at it as just a way to get more equipment for the mirror.
Yeah.
Which I mean, I don't say it's wrong or right. I just think it was a call. He also said that he didn't have any problems with clunky hands. Where like when we were playing, I had kind of a ton of games where I'm like, I have like 4 or 5 cards in my hand. I really wish I could just have a blowout turn, but like I can never do it. Because also when you get up to the point where like you have all these cards in your hand, and you don't even really like need to flip Optimus. You know, because like you already have all the best cards probably, so like you're just like, oh, I'm gonna flip Optimus, and just for like what, you know, like. So I wanted to be able to like, if I got into those parts of the game, I wanted to be able to abuse it.
Yeah, I think that's a good call. I mean, also like milling it, it's blue.
Yeah.
It helps survivability. It doesn't really matter if you see it.
I definitely felt, because I felt Team Up Tactics was also situational, and I think the upswing from Team Up Tactics to Brainstorm isn't even close.
Right, I think when you play, when you have a Brainstorm turn, you win the game.
Yeah.
And when you have a Team Up Tactics turn, you heal 2 damage.
Yeah, so even
and it doesn't really necessarily win you the game.
Like I played Scott in round 3, and we went to game 3, and I honestly had a pretty poor hand, but I think because of Brainstorm, I was able to swing the game in my favor and have like a turn where I was able to like treasure hunt for my equipment and one shot stand, and just have this real big turn that like I couldn't have happened without the.
Right, you got to take the initiative back by getting an additional action, which you don't
I had a
have.
really slow start to the game. I ended up going 5-0-1. Didn't lose a game today. Won these 2 boxes here, so we all split top 4, so that was really nice. And I'm pretty happy with the deck. You know, I think it was, for me, I think it was the right call.
Yeah, no. I don't think that Dinobots was necessarily better than that deck. I just didn't want to play Optimus Prime. I wanted to just play Peace Through Tyranny, and I didn't want to play Bugs, so I thought this was the next best shelf. I didn't think Cars was going to be able to put enough damage where you needed it. So this is where we settled, because Grimlock is still extremely powerful.
Yeah, I literally didn't make the decision to play 3-wide until about 10 minutes before the event. Like, I got my deck list, I'm looking at my deck list, I'm like, what am I going to play?
Yep.
And I was like, you know what, I'm going to play 3-wide.
Yep, and it's just one of those things that the Dinobot deck, the other 2 guys are just kind of like anemic dummies, and they're just trying to let. It's basically like you're playing a weaker version of Optimus Prime. You're trying to just set up for 1 turn with your big guy and blow the game out of proportion. But the other guys that you have don't do enough. They don't help survivability. And if you are playing it to give them more survivability, then that hampers your Grimlock damage output.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a weird deck to do. So I like Grimlock.
Yeah.
The other 2 guys are garbage.
So for a little bit of the breakdown, we had 21 total,
Mm-hmm.
and we cut to a top 8, and I believe in this order was me playing 3-wide. Second place was Metroplex. Third was another 3-wide. Fourth was a 3-wide.
Was that Scott?
Yeah, Scott was at 4. Palmer was at 5, playing 2 tall. And then to finish it out, there was a Cars, a Dinobots, and another 3-wide. So there were 5 3-wides
in the top 8.
In the top 8, 1 2 tall, 1 Dinobot, 1 Cars.
Yeah.
After the top 8, what ended up happening was the Dinobots played Metroplex and was able to beat Metroplex. So Dinobots went in top 4. Scott was able to beat Palmer. He went to top 4. I was able to beat Adam, which was playing 3-wide. It was 3-wide mirror, so I went to top 4. And Stefan beat Cars to win the top 4.
And all of those things make sense. They lean towards the matches they're supposed to. Yeah. Cars is not good against too tall, but it is good against 3-wide. So I think that the top 4 could have been very different depending on how the matchups get paired, but they got paired the way they did.
Yeah. So if we go back to our last prediction of the top 4, I believe you had Metroplex in top 4, a 3-wide,
a 2-wide,
and either Bugs or Dinos.
I said we would have a Bugs if I played Bugs.
Yeah.
And if I didn't, we'd have a Dinobot.
All right.
I didn't play Bugs, so we didn't have Bugs.
Yeah.
And we did have a Dinobot.
You did have a Dinobot.
But it wasn't me.
No.
But we did have a Dinobot.
No. And then I think the big thing that I said was there was going to be two Optimists, a 2 tall, and a Dinobots. So I was right on the 75% of Optimus. I think he just came out swinging today. There was a ton of Optimus Prime today.
Yeah, so even throughout, we had said in our previous podcast, nobody should have. It doesn't define 60% of the meta.
Yeah.
Well, the lineup doesn't. One character
Optimus.
did. Optimus was at least 60 to 70% of the meta.
I said there was 5 or 6. I mean, there was 5 3-wides in top 8, and I think there might have been.
There were 2 that didn't make it, and there were multiple 2 talls.
There were 7. Make it. There was at least 7 people playing 3-wide. There was at least 3 people playing 2-wide, playing 2 tall.
Yeah, at least. I think there was probably 4.
You're talking 10 players of 21. That's 50%.
Yeah,
playing Optimus Prime.
And there was, I think there was somebody else playing an Optimus deck, a 3-wide version with 2 different characters, not the Flame War starter.
Oh, okay.
So
they were going like Shrapnel something.
Something, yeah, I think so. But they did not do well.
Yeah, I think the Primes did well today.
Yeah, that guy will definitely carry everybody, and if you're a skilled pilot, it makes that character even more deadly.
Yeah. All right, well, guess what?
What?
That's it.
That's it. Wave
1 is
Wave 1
for us.
only. Wave 1 only.
Wave 1 only for us.
It's done.
It's done. You know what that means?
That means Wave 2 is on the horizon.
And we can finally start talking about it.
Yeah, I'm pretty psyched.
We've been very limited in talking about it.
Yeah.
So, what are you excited for?
Mining Pick.
All right.
I'm excited for Mining Pick and for Starscream.
Okay.
And both of them together.
Yep.
And Mining Pick in every other deck. He plays Improvised Shield and Peace Charity.
Sure.
I'm also kind of excited to see a bunch of the combiner pieces, the 5-star guys. I'm excited to try and play Motor Master. Try and alleviate damage. Maybe that will help against the Prime deck, where they have to focus on him, and he doesn't actually have Brave, but you still have to focus all your damage on him because he can't go anywhere. And that's, I do like Blitzwing.
Yeah.
I like Blitzwing because I think you can play him in, you can either play him as like a giant protected tank, or you can play him as an aggressive card. I just don't know who you pair him with. I think that's going to be the puzzle we got to try and figure out, the lineups that we play. I'm going to try and stay away from Optimus Prime. Scott's going to be working on that. I'll trust him to figure that out, try different iterations, and we kind of will fall into our niches of what we build. I'll build a bunch of orange decks, and we'll find out what's good, what's not. He'll build a bunch of Optimus Prime iterations or 1, and then change 4 cards.
Yeah.
So, what are you looking forward to?
I don't know. I mean, like, I'm excited by a lot of cards. You know, I'm excited for all the art. Like the new flamethrower that has Bolt 3 instead of Bolt 2. The static laser that gives you +3 attack, -1 defense.
Oh, Radic Lightning?
Radic Lightning. Aggressive, Reckless Assault. You know, Reckless Charge. See, I don't know any names. I've done a good job, honestly, of just kind of staying away from it. Like, it gets posted, I look at it, I'm like, all right, that's cool, and then I haven't gone back to it yet. I've been more focused on the now than the later. But now that we're done with wave 1, I think I'm just like, all right, it's time to go.
Now you can focus.
You know, it's time to focus.
Maybe learn some card games.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm necessarily crazy excited about like the Sentinels Combiner, but I'm excited about the Sentinels card heroes because I think the ability to flip in the group and game zone and be able to have that control and everything, I think that's really abusive because no one can really touch those cards. There's nobody to get rid of them and move. So I think that's a really interesting part of the game that could play into some fun stuff.
Yeah, and it's going to be kind of one of those things that you have your character in play. He's going to take some resources from your opponent, possibly dish some damage out, and then they're going to have to kill him. And when they kill him, it's almost like you have an additional action in your KO pile. You just trade a transform for an action. Maybe the action is subpar.
Like how many times do you get to game state well, it's tough to say because it's obviously every deck's different, but like bugs. Like you only need to get to a certain game state to where you don't need to flip anymore.
Yeah.
So like if in Sentinels you can get to that game state, you can just I'm gonna always do this, I'm always gonna have that, and you just get to kind of abuse that.
It's a zap every other turn, but like it's terrible to play zap. But when you have it on a character that does something else, it's free.
Whenever you get an action on a character, it's a big deal. Right. You know, like that's why Optimus Prime is how good he is because like he enables you to have another action.
And this guy does stuff when he dies, and he does stuff while he's alive. It's tough. That's the one I'm excited for.
Sure.
The zapper, and he has tough. Yeah, and you just never want to put. Yeah. Oh, you killed him. All right, I'm gonna zap somebody. So,
and then like other than that, I'm interested on how green pips are going to affect the overall part of the game. I mean, like adding another combat step is always been interesting. Trying to figure out, if these cards are only one of them. If you do need 2 or 3 of them, like I think it'll be an interesting thing for deck building. So I'm very excited to see what green pips become staples.
Yeah, and it might even be that they don't become staples. They're just going to be like character-centric or thematic cards. Like, so not every deck wants to play Rapid Conversion, so not every deck's obviously going to want to play Escape. But the decks that want it, like that have multiple Metroplex is going to want that card. If you can build a deck that has Dark Mount, you can now build a deck centered around Starscream because we have some cheaper planes and you just want to flip him. Those types of cards, these will definitely help. So it's going to be interesting to see these niche cards that are not very powerful, but you will have more consistent access to them just by getting rid of another card from your hand that not necessarily works, and to get what you actually want instead of being at the mercy of your deck.
What about the 1-star cards?
So it depends on the deck. I think with all these 5-star combiners, we can make a few more decks that are only 23 or 24 stars and try and fit them in. To me, the clear best one is Leap of Faith. So it's kind of unfortunate that card is so good that it just overshadows everything else.
Currently, I can't envision playing another one. Like if I have extra stars, I'm probably just gonna play that. It's like it's just that good, and it just it breaks the walls of the game so well.
Right, and it's white.
Yeah, so it's not even like it's a blank or something.
And it probably should have been a blank.
Yeah, probably.
And I had having this conversation, maybe it should be green.
Yeah.
So it counts as a blank, but you can always have it.
Well,
maybe that's
honestly,
too good.
I don't know, because I feel like a lot of the 1-star cards, like my biggest pet peeve with them is that you can't guarantee you're going to draw them. Like, so you're shortening your deck so you can play these cards, but you may never even draw them, or they just get flipped over, and like, well, that sucks because like that's part of my 25 stars. So like when you build your deck to play them and then you can't, it just feels like you're at a disadvantage.
Yeah, and that's a thing, like, I'm a huge fan of mounted missiles because it's +2 if you flip it.
Yeah, at the very least it's +2.
It's +2 if you equip it, and it doesn't take an weapon slot if you don't want it to. But
it's just another thing you can transmission on top.
Yeah.
Snarl can just throw it on top,
Yeah, you can mining pick it on top.
There's going to be all these plan things.
Yes. But I feel that if you're trying to play a deck that has double orange pips, you want to max out your team to 25 stars.
Yep.
and you're not going to be able to fit that card. And if you want that card, you're going to want 3. I can't envision an aggressive deck, an orange slanted deck that's going to be able to function on 22 stars.
Well, the other problem is at the end of the day, it's like, is that card still better than Leap? Or can you just want to just take that incremental advantage with Leap? You know, like, it's just, I think time's going to tell, you know, like, which one of these cards are going to turn out being worth playing.
Well, I mean, Leap is going to just go in every deck to begin with. But I can, if you just have a spot for one, it's Leap. It just is going to be Leap all the time. Unless you have a specific thing in mind where Leap could possibly be bad.
Yeah, and it's not even like I think Leap Dealing is good. I think some of them are good. You know, I think Venomous is good. I think System Recon's good. You know, but like, I just don't think they're better than Leap. So that's kind of
that's kind of the thing. Like, it's not a rare, so that's, I guess, good unless you want a secondary market card. But that card it just slots into every deck. I think that's kind of the problem with it. It's a staple star card.
Yeah.
And I think the other ones are very powerful, but they're just, I think they're already overshadowed by this card that lets you play 2 additional cards in a row. So it doesn't suffer from new designs or brainstorm because cards aren't in your hand.
Yeah.
So it is getting.
It doesn't even matter necessarily what those cards are. Like,
you don't have to, you also don't have to play them.
Yeah, you don't have to. No, I think you have to play the first one to play the second one. If I'm correct.
I don't know.
I think you need to play the first one to play the second one.
But even then, it doesn't. So if you flip an improvised shield, which is generally you just put it on a guy and then you play another card.
Even if it's a piece of opportunity,
you just play it
and don't do anything with it. Yeah. Unless you want to.
Right, because yeah. So it might be the only time I can see it being bad is in a blue-based deck where you don't want to reboot, checkpoint.
Yeah.
And checkpoint is your first card.
Or if like you just get more armor and you already have armor. You know,
right, yeah.
It's like, well, I already have reinforced plating. Yes, this.
But you'll just play and just replace it.
Yeah.
But the bad one I can see is checkpoint.
Yeah.
Where you have to checkpoint. If you have to play the first one to get the second one.
I had a game today where I had 5 equipment in my hand.
Did you checkpoint?
No. But it was in my hand also. No.
Sometimes you have to give your opponents a chance. You should just checkpoint and discard 5 cards.
Well, the worst part is I already had all the best equipment in play.
Right, then you should have done it for the rubber.
I just played Treasure Hunt and then like hit 4 equipment. I'm like, oh.
Oh, that's odd.
But like, I wasn't ready for that. Yeah. But you know, what are you gonna do?
They don't run any of their own stuff anymore.
So, what about building? So like, here we are, we're at the end of wave 1. You played Dinobots today. What do you think wave 2 gives Dinobots?
I think it gives them obviously orange cards. Gives them mining pick. It is a double orange pip deck, so you want to just be able to snarl without snarl.
Yeah.
So it's going to help Grimlock. You can play Erratic Lightning, but I think their survivability is already so low that you can't afford to basically take an additional point of damage.
Well, like today, you played Static Laser.
I did.
So, do you think Static Laser is better or worse than Erratic Laser? In the context we were trying to use it.
I think Static Laser is better.
Okay.
I only played one.
Yeah.
But it is better if you have Sludge flip to his bot move. So you can attack, put the 2 damage on, and then Sludge can heal one of them off.
Yeah.
So in that case, it's only you've taken 1 damage. Whereas if you have Erratic Lightning, you basically take a damage because you lose a defense. But then every additional time you get attacked, you lose another point.
Yeah.
Whereas Static Laser, you only do it when you attack. So you can attack with a Static Laser, stand tall. It's not going to affect your defense. You're just going to get the damage on you, and then you can also just replace it at some point. You can just be like, well, I don't want to take this additional damage. Hopefully I can replace it, or you can ready an attack with somebody else.
Yeah.
So I think Static Laser is better than Erratic Lightning for Dinobots just with Sludge, but I still think both of those are not good to play together, or they're not good enough.
Like neither one of them is probably the newest list.
No, yeah, I think you want to play Pick and Reckless Charge for sure.
What about the I mean, we've kind of leaned more towards blue at this point.
Yeah, we have.
But like, what about the new Bolt 3 weapon?
Well, I don't actually like bold and Dinobots. I didn't play any white pips today. It was all static buffs and stuff like that. So if you can go back to the original iteration where it's just
like if you go back now just because like maybe you now have like better versions of bold, you know, like you now don't have flamethrower, you have bold 3 instead of bold 2, so you can add in.
I still think flamethrower is actually better than the punch.
Why?
Just because it sticks around.
Okay.
So you can, you just get to do it. And another thing is when your upgrades stick around and they don't fall off, you give your opponent the opportunity to misplay. You let them waste a ramming speed on your flamethrower. You get them to...
Which means you effectively wasted their action.
Correct. And you get, or maybe they scrapper gauntlets your flamethrower after it's already done its thing. So that's terrible for them. And they didn't draw a card. So I actually like that better than the punch. I don't think the additional bold is much better. It's just a supercharge in upgrade form, and I already don't like supercharged Dinobots. Now it's going to be different. I think it might be better in cars than flamethrower if you want to do that, because it also just automatically after you play it, you can play it on your first time you get to play an upgrade. You attack with it, it falls off, and then Wheeljack's already set and ready to go, regardless of what you had. So, I mean, it might be better in that shell.
You drew a card, you discard a card.
Exactly. So, and you don't have to pitch a weapon to it. So, I think it might be better in other shells than others. I don't think it's going to be good enough in bugs. Also, there's those bold hosers. There's the Stunticon, Swagger, and then there's Acid Storm, which I don't necessarily think those cards are good in their own right, but people are going to play them, and there's no sense in you, if you can have static buffs and just keep your guys having whatever power they can have, just doing the same amount instead of having a variable amount of damage and not get hosed. I would prefer to go with the consistency as opposed to the swingy part that is hostable. But that's just me.
No, it's always like that. You can't play a silver bullet and then like it doesn't work or you don't draw it. You know, like so like those cards are so narrow that like if you don't play against it, you just have kind of a dead card in your deck. You just have a dead character. Like Acid Storm will just be like, oh, I'm playing against all blue, I guess.
Because he's not, or she, or whatever, is not aggressively statted enough to think there's zero defense on it. So even a deck that has bold cards can probably take it out before it would have to deal bold.
Like just one grenade launcher.
Yeah, we'll probably get it.
Any guy probably kills them.
It prevents like an early Dino Chomp out of Dinos, but that rarely happens.
It's the same thing. Like it prevents the supercharge. Like supercharge just felt like it's kind of gone away over time. So it's like I don't think it has a place right now. Like unless we go way back to where everyone's playing all this bold, then maybe. But I still don't think it's good enough.
But it's also, I think we just have more. So the reason that you played bold is because you were trying to deal a whole bunch of damage and get there and be swinging, but then you also had to put some white cards in your deck that aren't necessarily good. So yeah, they let you flip additional cards, but you could also just play an upgrade that always does 3 damage and attack and not have to worry about, you know, having the bad beats of have to be like, oh, I hit Dino Chomp white and I hit 2 of my blanks. So I just like the consistency, but I can understand why a lot of people like the bold. I don't think some bold cards are bad, but I think if you just skew your deck towards all bold, it's not going to do enough against certain decks. And right now, you'll be able to get beaten by a lot of stuff.
All right, so outside of that, what about new? What are you planning on building day one?
I'm going to build bugs, but I don't think that's like actually something new.
No,
I'm going to build.
That's not new.
It is new. It's going to get
new cards. What are you building to do? What new character? All right,
we're building Starscream, and we're going to build something with Blitzwing. Maybe we're going to build them together and get a few stars, but it's only 1 star. I think it's 13 and 11. That's 24. So that one's probably not good, and it's probably a worse version of Too Tall with Prime and Nemesis.
Well, he has a Brave, right?
Depends what side you have to start him in. I don't know if we've been told if you have to start him in what side, but he can have Brave, or on the other
So
side
he can kind of like.
he can have Stealth. Right, and he's a tank in that mode. So the reason that I like him is because when he attacks, if you flip a blue and an orange, you draw a card, and he flips back to one of the modes.
Yeah.
So he can do that, and then he just sits there and he can protect Starscream or whoever, and he's a tank, so you can hunker down him as well and gain a bunch of value down. Now, it's possible you can play tanks.
Okay.
Oh, it's good.
I mean, hold on. You can play whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can play whatever you want.
As long as it's not more than 25 stars, you can
Yes. As long as it doesn't break the restrictions of the game.
Yes, you can play whatever you want. But
I don't think I'd say
no, I won't. But I'm super excited for Starscream. I was really down on Decepticon Crown when it got revealed because it got revealed 2 or 3 weeks before Starscream.
Yeah, that changed real quick,
Man,
right?
this card's awful.
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be like $1 rare.
And now
And then Starscream is, so now every deck that has Starscream starts with 37 cards. Because you have 3 crowns in your deck. It's just so absurd that it happens on attack and defense. You can always guarantee that you have it. And it's white, so it's going to help either an orange deck or a blue deck.
Yeah. The card went from 0 to hero.
Yeah,
For Starscream, real quick.
right. Yeah, I still think in other decks it's going to be very mediocre.
Now, how do you feel about that in general? How do you feel like they made a card that was so specific just for this card, and like outside of it, it's just like whatever. I mean, like we kind of have it already, with some of the like Megatron's fusion and Optimus, So like, how do those cards make you feel in general?
I think that they're actually good for the deck design because you get rewarded for playing a character.
Yeah.
And so you can actually, the crown is just absurd with Starscream, but it is playable in other Decepticon-based decks, whether it has to be orange because you're putting a card on top when you attack.
Yeah.
So it's good in there. Like, so it's possible that you can play that in an aggressive bug deck.
Yeah.
Just so you can stack your double oranges and all that stuff. You always can get it if you need it.
Yeah.
And it's white.
Yeah.
So it's probably fine in there, but it is a utility. You don't really have any utilities in that deck, and you're just going to want to play weapons the whole time because those are guaranteed damage. And,
I mean, we also don't know, because I think even now, like you were playing crystals, but like we don't know what it's going to look like. We don't know if crystals going to stay good, So it's, it's a lot's up in the air.
Yeah. There's some other characters I'm interested in building 4-wide cars.
Okay.
But instead of guys were trying to play with Cliff Jumper before, I want to play with Wheeljack and some additional specialists because I really like the
multi-mission gear.
I think multi-mission gear is good. I think the card where you tap a specialist to draw 3 cards will
just
be,
came out today.
Yeah, that card will be good.
As of us recording it, came out today.
Yeah, that card's white.
Yeah.
So that card's good. And you get the utility that's white. If you put on a specialist, it's half of a leap of faith.
Yeah, you just played on the card,
Yeah. So, I mean, not only that, you get to put it on a card, you get to draw and discard a card with Wheeljack, and then you get to scrap a card and play that card.
It just feels like you're going to be able to filter your hand to exactly what you need it to be.
Yeah, you're always going to be able to find your turbo boosters, you're going to be able to start your engines.
You're going to be able to get to those cards, or at least you're going to give yourself the best shot at getting to those cards.
I mean, you already got, Wheeljack was able to do a lot of that for you. Now you get to, also if you're 4-wide, you got more cards to upgrade, more chances to fix your hand, draw things.
And like, you're probably not going to miss SRB that much,
No, well, and we've been debating if the common being even better.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got the same health, they have the same defense.
No, he has 1 less health, but 1 more defense, which is probably better anyway.
And he has 1 more attack in both modes.
Yes.
He has a higher attack. He doesn't have if your guy's dead, he gets +2/+2.
Yeah.
If he's the only guy. I don't think that matters because like this one draws cards and he finds actions. And you know what cars needs? Start your engines. So it's possible that you have him, Wheeljack, and still Prowl, and that's your new 3-wide cars deck.
Yeah.
And 2 of those guys are also specialists.
Yeah.
So, who knows? Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. That deck also lets you play confidence. I know Scott's a huge proponent of that card. Just to be able to find cards you need. It's like
you just keep, like I said, you're just going to be able to create your hand.
Yep.
You know, you're going to give yourself the best odds to get these cards that are so powerful in that deck.
And with that being said, I think some cards from Wave 1 actually should see an uptick. I think Disruptive Entrance is going to be much better now. Not only, you know, to be able to get those filtering cards, or it still hits the big cards like ISO Function, Dino Chomp, sorry, it still hits those cards, and anybody trying to play combiners, it snags Enigma pieces.
Yeah, I mean, like, so, like, they're pretty much always going to hope to get their Enigma on defense.
Right, but that's not always the case.
No, I know. I'm saying
So,
like, if they go and they attack and they stick their Enigma, like, all right, I ditch, and then you're like, all right, well, I Disruptive Entrance you. You don't have Enigma now, so we'll find another one.
Right, so you can buy yourself time with that card, and there's also just a whole bunch of powerful.
Well, even Null Ray, you know, because like Starscream wasn't as good in Wave 1, but with this new one, Null Ray is probably going to see play in the deck also.
Null Ray is a +3 on Starscream, and if Starscream dies, it's still a +1 everywhere else.
Yeah.
That's not good,
Yeah.
but it's not dead. It's not like Matrix when you have some Decepticons where you just can't play it.
Yeah.
So, and it's just like Fusion Cannon. That card's pretty anemic as a +1.
Yeah,
it's
and we
good
didn't
on
even,
Megatron.
We didn't even talk about the new Megatron.
Yeah.
I think he's pretty good.
He is. He's just an upgrade version of Bumblebee.
Yeah.
He deals with upgrades instead of actions.
Yeah.
So, time will tell which is better.
I mean, you suit the build, right? So
Yeah,
we'll see.
exactly.
We'll see.
So,
Anything else for Wave 2? Anything, you know, left that you want to say about it?
not really.
What are your thoughts on Brave and Stealth?
I think if they're not on a card, they're not good.
So you don't like the Brave equipment, you don't like the Stealth equipment?
No.
Even if, like, you're just in an orange shell or a blue shell, you're just like, this card's just not good enough?
No, because I'm playing an orange shell. I don't care if you attack my guy. I'm gonna set up my turn to make the attacks the way I want them to be. For you to attack my guys.
Yeah.
So if they don't start that way, then I don't care, because if you go second, it doesn't matter.
Like, you don't think there's like any card that like needs stealth and makes them that much more over the top?
It's possible, like to save your Grimlock if you go second. But so if you want to send your Grimlock in, you have to waste your big turn playing your upgrade.
Yeah.
So it's worse than playing Drill Arm for killing an armor.
It's worth playing, you know, anything, Canadian launcher, any of the equipment. It's like it's going to be subpar.
So now I think the Brave one is probably better than Stealth, just because it's a blue one and the blue decks can force you to attack a bad character.
Well, not even that. Even like at the end of the first round, when you go into that second round, you know, generally speaking, if they're attacking first, they can still pick off who they want. That's going to enable them to have to go after that guy.
After a terrible guy.
Yeah.
Or a guy that you choose.
Yeah, you're just like, oh, well, this guy took a bunch of damage this round, so I'm going to play this here, and now they have to waste the attack on that.
Right, and I think that is better than Stealth.
Yeah.
Because Stealth just means that particular guy can't be attacked, whereas Brave is you have to waste attacks on this guy.
Yeah.
I think that is more detrimental than having some guy not be attackable.
Yeah.
So we will see if those cards are good. But I think like Headstrong is good. He has Brave in his alt mode. So you just have to attack him. I don't know if there's one that has Stealth. I think there is.
I think there's only one guy. It's the Triple Changer, right? He's the only one with stealth on him.
Oh yeah, Blitzwing. Yeah, he has Stealth.
He's the only one.
Yeah.
I
think so.
I don't think I've seen another one with it. So yeah, I think he's the only card currently with stealth.
And is there another one that has Bold? Brave? But Blitzwing has Brave as well.
Yeah, Blitzwing has Brave and Stealth and then Headstrong.
And there's not another character that just has statted Brave?
Off the top of my head,
I don't think so either. So it's kind of weird that you have two Decepticons with those abilities, and then you have to have an upgrade to give that. I mean, the effect is powerful.
I mean, it's kind of a Decepticon type thing, right? I mean, like diverting.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think Stealth is more Decepticon, because you say, oh, you can't attack this guy. It's more sneaky.
Yeah, Brave is just like,
you have to attack
I'm
this guy.
heroic, so you guys, he's gonna be the guy.
Yeah.
But really, he's not the guy.
Decepticons just have fall guys.
Really, he's not the guy. He's just taking
Yeah.
taking one for the team, the bad guy.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
I guess we'll have to wait and see. Maybe there's some more cards that do stuff.
I mean, I think there's still like 20 battle cards.
I think there's 2 characters, 3 characters.
I think there's like 4 maybe, but I could be wrong. I think I think they're all Decepticons though.
Oh, okay.
I think we've seen all the Autobots at this point. I think they're all Decepticons now. Don't quote me exactly, but I think.
What are your thoughts on Omega Supreme, the Loot Crate guy?
Go Loot Crate. I mean, if you're a collector, awesome. If you're not, I don't know if you need to buy it.
That's kind of where I stand on these 19 stars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me 15 and maybe we'll talk.
Possibly, but he's not. So
No.
and I don't think his abilities are that good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
all right. Well,
Yeah.
we're on the same page about that, guys.
That's fair. That's fair. All right. So, what are you doing on March 2nd?
Well, you and I are going to be opening some products.
Sweet.
So, I know a lot of people like to watch product being open. So, we're going to give it a shot, see what we can do.
Yeah.
Hopefully make it entertaining.
Maybe.
Maybe. Hopefully. So, that's what we're going to do. Are we going to try and stream it live?
I think we're going to be live.
I think we're going to be live. I don't know how many people can tune in that Saturday. They're going to be
Yeah.
out playing events, opening their own stuff.
Yeah, maybe they are, maybe they're not. I mean, there are events going on that day.
There are? Yeah.
But even if it's not live, you'll be able to catch up on it. It'll be up on the page.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be entertaining. Should be.
Maybe.
Maybe. Got some surprises planned for the second, so
Yeah. Maybe we'll also play some games.
maybe. Definitely.
Put some new stuff together.
Yeah,
Add the
we'll put some new stuff together
I
and
think it'll be
try
fun.
and play it.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that.
Yeah. So might have some
We
special
might,
guests.
we might even have some special guests.
Might have some special guests.
Might have to bring back Pixlr.
Yeah, we might have to let him try and redeem himself.
Yeah,
for
'cause
all
the
the
last time he was
losses
here-
he's been trashed.
Yeah, he hasn't been so good so far.
Yeah, so maybe.
So he needs some help.
Yeah, maybe we'll have some additional announcements.
Yeah,
So
very possible.
some different faces
We
might see.
can definitely confirm that this was the last Wave 1 Top Deck event today, but they've already announced their first Wave 2 version,
Yep.
which is going to be on March 16th, which is exactly
Correct.
1 month from today, but by the time you see this video, it'll be 2 weeks
2
from now.
weeks. Yes.
So, we can already start touting about that. We're already excited about it. I love the event. I think they ran a great event. I think it was,
Yeah, it was very well
It was
run.
a good enough turnout.
And the thing that really impressed me was their prize payout. It was a
it
case
was-
event.
It was a case event, and they were giving out a payout based on 32 people.
And we only had
They
21,
only had 21
and
showed up,
they
and
honored
they
it.
stuck to it, and
So,
that's really cool.
It was, what was it, 9 boxes?
9 total boxes. 9 plus a couple other packs, actually.
Yeah.
So, because there was 2 extra packs, so 9 boxes plus 2 packs.
Right, and that was within the top 8. So that's pretty absurd.
And they cut the top 8, so even if you went 3-2, you still had a shot.
You still had a shot, or if you lost round 1, you still had a shot. You weren't just dead in the water.
Except unless you're Mark.
Well, I also lost round 2, so I started out 0-2 and then
Mark
I
didn't have a
won.
shot.
Yeah, I did not have a shot. Not really today. It was not a
It was alright.
good day. Yeah, whatever. I mean,
We all have bad
well,
days.
yeah, it's fine. I didn't play my namesake deck.
No, you're right. Alright, well, Mark, it has been a pleasure talking to you once again.
Yeah.
Good day. And
too.
we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe.
Tune in. Maybe. Hopefully. All right.
Alright. Have a good night, Mark.
You too.